Welcome back to Roll for Enrichment. We roll the dice, we see what we're going to be doing today. Four-sided dice up first for our categories of toys, food, purchase, or social. Spin a little bit. Yeah, wasn't sure if you'd remember how to roll the dice, but number 2 is what we've landed on there. Try and do everything in one take so we all know I'm not switching out the rolls. And number 2 is food. So we're going to do some sort of new food enrichment today, which is the four-sided dice again. We're either going to be doing something with our pellets, seeds, vegetables, or fruits for enrichment this week. So give them the dice again. Oh, we missed. Re-roll that one. Good boy. And that is number 1. Make sure he gets his snack. Bring that up for you guys. Number 1. Ooh, where'd you go? So number 1 is pellets. So in the pellet category, we have quite a few different things that we are going to be sorting out. First on the top of the list here, after I stop Newt from trying to break into my jar of walnuts, up there please, is going to be 1 out of 6 options for whether or not we're going to be doing something with a forager, soaking them, a harder forager, crushing the pellets, changing something about the temperature, or creating some sort of recipe. So we've got 6 different options. We've got the 6-sided dice. Get Newt back up where he's supposed to be. See if you can get a good grip on that one. Oh, let's try again. Oh. You gotta get it in his foot, buddy. I know, this one's the harder one. Keep it. Good man. Mr. Man, up here, please. What is happening here, sir? What is happening here? Come on. Back up. Back up. Thank you. Grab the dice. To your perch, please. Can you get it? Yep. We'll accept that, I think. So that is a 3. Whoa. Okay. So a 3 is going to be soaked. So in the soaked category, we have another 4 sections to choose from, which is going to be cold water, warm water, something with tea or juice. So let's get Noodle back up here again. Come on, Mr. Man. Thank you. Got our 4-sided die. Let's get a good roll this time, okay? I know the last one was a little hard. It's a very nice fist bump, but that's not what I'm asking for. I'm going to hold it again like that. Ready? Yeah, I know. It's been a little bit since we've done this, hey? It's a little tricky. We try again. Oh, can you take it? I don't want to get you frustrated, so let's give you an easy one. Alright, let's give it another go. You can roll from my hand if you want. Here you go. Yep. There it is. Good man. So that landed on number 3, which is tea. Alright. So that was a nice quick roll today, aside from Mr. Newt's little mishmash. So I'm going to have to go to the store, find some bird-safe tea, and then we're going to soak the pellets in that tea and see if the birds like it or not. Very nice wings. Thank you, buddy. Oh, wow. Those are so nice. Yeah, so maybe I'll grab a few different teas, and we will experiment and see what the birds are going to like. Oh, wow. Look at those wings. Good man. Oh my god, I was out of focus. Well, I apologize for the complete lack of focus you were stuck with. There's Newt's pretty wings again, just for funsies. I can't believe I just did that, but we don't do double takes here for Roll for Enrichment, because then I would just be picking and choosing whatever activities I wanted to do. So sorry that that's what you had to look at, but that's what we have. So that's what we're going with. Can you show your wings one more time? Yeah, look how pretty you are. What a good man. Okay, so I do have a couple of teas here already. These are both going to be teas that the birds have already had before. So we're still going to go to the store, look around, see if they have any new ones that the birds haven't tried. But before we head there, I just want to quickly touch base that you guys have met Yoshi before. I think the last time you met her, she was still a reactive dog. It has been many, many, many years. She is no longer fear reactive. She went through a ton of training, and she is now completely stable, where she has actually been approved to have public access rights as a service dog for my heart condition. So I just wanted to take a moment to
touch base with that because you're going to see her working when we are at the store, and I just want to make it very clear that she is not a reactive dog anymore. She is 110% stable. She has been properly approved for service work for my heart condition with public access rights. She is not a standard pet that I am just randomly bringing into the store. Just wanted to clarify that. So we are not promoting bringing random pets into places where pets do not belong. She is a service dog for my heart condition, completely behaviorally stable and properly trained.
Put on? Yes, good girl. Put on? Yes, good girl. We'll see how much talking I do, or if I just put a bunch of music over all this. I also don't know how well you can even hear me. We'll see what happens. Good girl. Off. Got a few things we gotta pick up today. I gotta go to the pharmacy, so we will see. Hopefully I can fit it all in one bag. Good girl. Let's do the pharmacy first, if it's open. It's not open yet. They don't actually open until 10, so I'll have to come back. Is she front? I think she said she wants the mint one. Yes, good girl. Okay, where is organics? It's this one. Oh, I bumped her past it. Is she front? It's been a long time since I've actually looked at tea. See which ones are even bird safe. I think I have peppermint, can't they? Okay. This one's only got one ingredient on it, so we're gonna go ahead and pick that one because it makes researching what's safe for them a little bit easier. And I know they can eat dandelion, so all that is significantly easier for me to look up and ensure that it's actually going to be safe for them. I need pickles. Okay, let's head to the till. Front. Good job.
Your more rewards card. Please take your items.
I am. You know, my birds don't like dandelion leaves very much, so I don't know how much they're going to like this tea. But it's good for them, so we'll try. Load up. Okay, so I've got the water boiling already, and we've got our 3 potential tea options here. I have got a chamomile tea. I forget which one this is. This was given to me by somebody, and if I remember the brand, I will put it here because I have completely forgotten, but this was a bird-specific one. And then we went and got some of the dandelion root today, which only had 1 ingredient of dandelion root, so I was able to just quickly look that up, confirm that it is safe for parrots, and we will be able to use it for them. And that is like that. So I have my 3 different cups here today. I'm going to fill them up with each tea, and then these cups we're going to put our pellets into so that way the birds can pick and choose through them. And we'll use this as a bit of an experiment to see whether or not they have a preference, or if they're just hungry and going to eat whatever, or if they really blatantly hate one of them. Maybe I'll leave these here so we're able to tell which one's which once everything's all done. And we'll see what happens. I recently ran out of one of the pellets that I typically use for soaking because it works a lot better. So we're going to try 2 new pellets that I don't typically soak today. The ones I have are the tops, and this is the Harrison's Coarse hot pepper pellet. So we're going to soak both of them in each of the teas, and we'll see what happens. I don't typically use these for soaking just because based on the texture of them, I don't think they're going to soak very well. But I've never done it. I've never tried it. So we're going to figure out whether or not this works well for them or not today, I guess. And that's kind of something that I love about doing this roll for enrichment, because it forces me to try combinations I wouldn't normally have done. I typically would have just waited until I got the other pellets in that soak a little bit better, so I would be able to, you know, test it and know it was going to work. But this forces me to provide them something that I wouldn't have typically provided. I wouldn't have typically gone out to the store and gotten a tea that I've never tried before because I have tea already at home. But this series forced me to go and try something new. and mix it with pellets that I've never mixed it with before. So I'm getting to try something new. I'm gonna learn whether or not this stuff works. And the birds are getting to try new pellets soaked in stuff that I've never offered that way before. So we'll give it a go, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go grab the water. I'm just gonna let this cool down first until it's room temperature. I probably could have just used warm water from the tap, but doesn't feel right to make tea that way. So we're gonna let these sit, wait for them to steep, and let them cool until they're a safe temperature for the birds, and then I will go ahead and add them to the pellets. So they've cooled for about 5 minutes. They're still too hot for me to serve to the birds, but I'm gonna go ahead and pour them in so that way the pellets can soak. I find that pellets just soak better when the water's quite hot. If I do this when it's super, super cold, it just takes the pellets a lot longer to soak up. So I'm gonna try and have it change the texture of the pellet, which should make them a little soft, a little mushy. In the top's case, they're just completely mushing into pieces. That way it'll provide a different texture for the birds to be trying. It'll make it a different experience for them. This one is so dark. So this is what we're looking like right now. This one here is the dandelion root tea, which came out super, super dark. The Harrison's pellet is still very hard, but it's starting to soften a bit on the exterior, so I'm going to give it a couple more minutes and see if it'll soften. This is the Daily Herb blend. It came out pretty clear, to be honest, even in the cup. Not a whole ton going on in this one, but it might mean the birds will like it a bit more because it's not super potent. And then this is the chamomile one, which just has a nice yellow hue to it. And the pellets, again, super puffed out on the tops. And these ones are just starting to get a little bit of softness on the exterior, so we'll give them about 5 more minutes to see if they soften, and then we will release the birds. So I'm gonna move these labels and just lay them down for now. I don't want them to fall and scare Toto. Oh my goodness, what is that? What's this? It's food. Yeah. What is that? Look at that. Don't like that one? What about the chamomile? There you go. Bring it to you. Huh? You don't seem to completely hate the chamomile. What if I give you, these are like the fan favorite pellets, so give them one of the chamomile. There you go. Toto's not typically a picky bird. He will usually eat just about anything that I put in front of him. I mean, he seems to be liking the chamomile. He's not a fan of this texture. He's not loving it. He's wanting to lick the residue off my fingers, but he's not loving the goopiness of it. What is that? We don't like that one at all, hey? That one's offensive. Yeah. Look at this one. It's brand new. You gotta at least give it like an attempt. At least pretend that you care that I tried. Yeah? Just gonna dip some on my finger. Let them lick it off. What's that? You don't seem super offended. You don't seem like you love it either. Do you want to try just the tea? What's that? What do you think? Pretty questionable. Okay. What about the dandelion? What do you think of that one? You are just not having this, eh? You're like, I am not a tea man. This is not for me. I am a sophisticated bird. He's got refined tastes, and he will only accept chamomile. Okay, Newt is the brave bird, and he tends to like mushy textures, so if he can stop trying to break into the pellet jars long enough to examine what's in front of him, he might actually like some of these. Look, these are jars of food, but... line is probably not going to be a hit either, but there it is. And plunk. What's that one? Do I need to hand it to you again? Yeah, it's not good enough if it's on the floor. Only if you put it there, right? There you go. Since nobody seems to be a fan of these pellets being soaked today, let's just see if they're even willing to check out. There you go. That seemed like a hard no. Okay. Dandelion tea is not where it's at. Okay, my last failed attempt to make this work is going to be moving these all downstairs. Alright, so I brought them all down here, sat for a little bit, and well, Newt is all the way up there enjoying his vegetables. So I'm honestly a little surprised because my birds have had all this stuff before and they've liked it. So I don't know what exactly about today had them not loving the tea-soaked pellets. Maybe it was my pellet choice, since I did use pellets that I don't normally use for soaking. But that's kind of what happens with the dice rolls with Roll for Enrichment. We are not always going to get things that work. But we still tried, we learned something new, I learned something about my birds' preferences, and now I can use that to make better enrichment for them going forwards. Although it wasn't a success, I still had tons of things to learn, and that is what this is all about. So that's going to do it for me here today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!